Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, guys. Polysummoner is back, and we're going to launch into No Man's Sky. Now, I know there was like a ton of all sorts of crazy hype about the game, and how they apparently didn't deliver. I wasn't paying much attention at the time. I was kind of like super busy, so I didn't even buy the game then or look into it. I got it. I got No Man's Sky for a pretty good price. It was around like 20 bucks, and I decided I'm a sucker for these kinds of games, so I might as well. And I generally tend to judge a game like how many hours I can put into a game on the price. So if I spend $20 on a game, I should be able to put 20 hours into the game, and then I feel like I really got my money's worth. And then anything over that is just bonus. And I've actually already played about almost 23 hours in normal, because I love building stuff. I'm just a sucker for it. And I think they did a decent job. It's kind of difficult, but we're going to load up today and we're going to do survival. I tried normal and it was pretty good, but survive with limited resources, increased hazards, and stronger, more aggressive enemies. So we'll see what happens. So I do have at least a decent amount of experience going into this, and hopefully it'll pay off. So here we go. We are loaded in, and let's initialize. So we are on a toxic world. Awesome. We got some sodium right in front of us, which is great. We're going to need that to keep us alive. It basically charges your hazmat suit, if you will. Awesome. Alright. Come on now. So let's grab the sodium really quick. Yeah, it already started me off at really low. Bam. Yeah, so you gotta recharge that with sodium, which is these lovely little yellow plants, and you can scan for them, and it'll let you know where the nearest blobs are. And my scanner is damaged, and I need ferrite dust in order to get it, but there was a scanner dude. So you get ferrite dust from any kind of rock or mineral. Up at the top right, you can see my mining beam. If it gets all the way full and you keep it there for a little bit, it'll overheat, which I'll demonstrate. Bam. But there is a cool cheat for it, which I'll show you right here. It's not really a cheat, but it's just useful to know. You can charge it all the way up to the end of this bar, and then release briefly, and then hit it right again. And even though it says it's like cooling off, it jumps right back to the beginning of it. So it's a lot faster than waiting for an overheat or overload. And then bada bing, bada boom, we're up and ready. Fix that. Awesome. And I'm going to need some carbon real quick, which you get from most plants. There we go. So we're going to harvest that carbon real quick before anything happens. And there's some oxygen over there. I got some carbon from my scanner. I got tons of stuff right here, which I'm totally going to grab whatever I can. And grab these, which is dihydrogen. It's super helpful. You basically make jet fuel out of it, or launching fuel is what they call, which you need for your spaceship to get off the ground. And I'm not going to need it just yet, but I know I'll need it in a little bit. Alright, so let's see if I have enough. Cool, there's some carbon, there's some condensed carbon. Jump that right back in there. And my ship's over there, so... If you simultaneously, well not simultaneously, first hit melee, which is Q, if you're playing on the computer, and then spacebar, you'll launch forward. Oh crap. And try to avoid falling damage. It's not good. I'm going to collect some more carbon because I know I'm going to need it. And dun 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 bang. And then boost that way. And let's still waiting for the scan to recharge. So that's one thing that's different between the different games is charging speed for the scanner seems to be much longer. I'm gonna want that condensed carbon, so let's actually steal that real quick. That's gonna need an advanced mining laser, but that's okay. So the benefits of condensed carbon is it actually charges your stuff much quicker, or requires a lot less, I should say, to recharge anything, which is really helpful. Oh, and if I were to keep going, this guy would get mad at me and attack me, but I don't have a weapon, so I'm just going to boost away, grab some more oxygen. You require oxygen for running, for jumping, doing all that fun stuff, so it's nice to have at least one stack in your inventory at any given time, because you also need it later in the game for, I think it's warp fuel to travel from star system to star system. Crap. I need more dihydrogen. I'm going to collect this stuff real quick. Let that reload. And voila. There's some more oxygen over there, but I need to reload that. And reload that. And do a scan real quick. There's some oxygen, yay. But I'm not seeing any sodium nearby. So let's make our way to the spaceship, because we can take refuge in the spaceship and recharge our hazmat stuff. Awesome, there's some sodium and some oxygen, which I'm gonna need. And as long as you keep your oxygen levels pretty high, you can just sprint and jump and sprint and jump. I know it's possible to get a car, but I was playing for about 22 hours and I didn't come across it yet. I'm gonna try and figure out how to do that, because traveling on the planet is a pain. Oh, I'm so glad that didn't damage me. I want to grab that sodium real quick, and then hide in the spaceship. Bam. Alright. Boop. Alright. Iteration, blah 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 blah, online, Atlas connection, intermittent, launch thrusters offline, pulse engine offline, my exosuit is directed me to a crashed starship. The controls react to my touch, and I can only assume it belongs to me, but I have no memory of it. No sense of before. Read the log. Log 4925A, unavailable. Substituting data, exosuit is connected. Suggestion, pilot should perform maintenance. Select desired repair path. Yeah, repair ship systems. Self-guided repair protocols initiated. Requires a hermetic seal and metal plating. Alright. Do I have enough? No, I don't. I'm just shy of the ferrite dust I need. So really quickly, I'm going to grab that, because I need it. And then we will... Cool. So I'm going to jump back in here. And then I'm going to go here, create that, which I know it needs. I need to create hydrogen jelly because that needs dihydrogen jelly. And that guy needs a metal plating. And once I jump out of here and then jump back in, it'll be like, hey, you've done stuff. Go collect this other stuff, which we won't have a problem with. I've got a decent amount of oxygen. I've got an advanced ion battery, which is great in case I run out of sodium. There we go. Iteration blank, functional, starship critically damaged, vital ingredients missing, unable to synthesize the hermetic seal. Request assistance. Recommendation. Iteration comparison reveals hermetic seal nearby. Salvage navigational data from the distress beacon cache. Alright, so our suit's almost fully up. And then we'll jump out real quick. And we're good. So it wants me to go right over there. Talk to the distress beacon guy. Iteration, problem, battery separate, blah, diagnostic, no connection, awaiting fresh iteration, containment prepared. Broadcast. Traveler anomaly detected, position logged, system integrity scan initialized. Anomaly is something. A red light fills my vision, all I see is crimson, and then it fades. The color drains, and the world that had seemed so clear seems to slip away. I appear inside the beacon's housing, as well as its distress broadcast unit, and it contains a navigational data module. Take the navigation data. And then it's probably going to want me to create... oh, dang. One of those, which requires carbon nanotubes and some ferrite. Wow. Some ferrite dust. So we need to harvest at least 50 carbon, which I know I have some carbon, but it never hurts to have a little extra. And then the ferrite dust. Wow. Holy. That's surprising. Okay, we'll go over here. So I need... crud. Bam. Right, that should be enough, but I'm going to want to create the scanner as well. And I'm going to need tons of ferrite dust in order to complete my second task. I'm just going to collect all this stuff. And it requires... then I make one of those, one of those. Alright. For that guy I need a metal plating, which means more ferrite dust. Do. Actually, I don't need to do that. But I will grab that sodium. Because why not? Well, that's what I was going to do. Recharge my multi-tool real quick with the carbon that I have. You jerk. Yeah, go over there. No, go over there. No. Shoo. God, I hate those guys. I'm probably only going to be able to grab this, and then have to bust my way out of here. God. What do? Those guys bug me. So I'll skip ahead till my suit's fully repaired. Alright, we're back. I have all the resources I need. So I'm going to create that, and then that. And then I'm going to come in here real quickly. Drop the condensed carbon in, and what ferrite dust I have, drop that in there, and go to my signal boost. Input the data. Outpost detected. Please select navigational task. Scan distress frequencies. Cross-referencing navigational data. I'm gonna want to go to that red hexagon over in the far left. And then make my way back, which is going to require lots of sodium and some tons and tons of fun. That is ready. So let me grab that real quick. Jump in here. And I can repair this guy. Woohoo! And there is the launch thrust, and you'll need to make that, which requires metal plating and dihydrogen in order to make more of it. And you need it to launch out of atmospheres, specifically. So if you're in like a space station or a freighter or something like that, you don't need it to launch out of those. It's specifically when you're on the planet, which is kind of nice. But it does require quite a bit of dihydrogen to make. So it's always nice to have a full stack of, I think it's about 250. It's not about, it is 250 in a stack. So I try to stack up on that and then get a whole bunch of ferrite dust. Stupid stuff. In order to make, ooh, sodium crystals. Oh. I need advanced mining laser. That's sad. I should have realized that would happen. If this is a cave, then we'll ride out the storm in there. If not, then I have to head back to the spaceship. Which, it's not a cave. So, back to the spaceship. And I'll skip ahead for you guys. Alright, the storm cleared, and we are back. Heading back that way. I know I'm going to need something, I just can't remember what it is. So I'm going to grab some stuff on the way there. I think it's carbon nanotubes and something else. But bam. Cool. Got a long ways to go. Yeah, so between normal and challenging, your jetpack doesn't shoot as far, you can't sprint as long, your health drops faster, the hazmat stuff drops faster, so it's generally just harder. So you really have to stay on track with your sodium and oxygen levels, but as long as you keep those in mind, it's not too difficult to stay afloat. So it's actually a good time to reload and keep going. They did make it very, very large, so you have this feeling of actually being in a very, very, very huge expanse, which I personally like. Like, you can have 6 different star systems all to yourself. There's obviously random aliens, but alright, and we're gonna keep going. Ooh, condensed carbon. Don't mind if I do. Condensed carbon is super nice for the mining laser. Alright, and that's got some sodium if I need it, which I don't think I will, but if I do, it's there. Collecting ferrite dust while I walk, because why not? Yeah. Alright. Heading in here, and that'll recover just a smidge while I collect this stuff. Accessing archive, logs corrupted. No one making this recording in case leaving behind in the fabricator might be of some use. Visor damaged, can't find ship. Recover supplies. The log finishes, and the machine whirs to life, spitting out supplies. I have the hermetic seal. I need to repair my ship. Whoever it was that led me here, whoever left this message, perhaps they found themselves in the same situation as I do now. Oh my. It's getting dramatic. So I have the hermetic seal. I collected a ton of sodium because I found this little area with tons and tons of sodium, so I'll be fine outside for quite a while. There might be something in here, so I'm just gonna run in real quick and see if there's anything. And I can search that, which had some deuterium? Deuterium? Deuterium. Not sure. And what's this? Acquired some pure ferrite. And what did it give me? Did it not give me anything? There we go. Nanoclusters. Now I need to locate my spaceship, which requires carbon nanotube, which I definitely want. So let's create a carbon nanotube. Get back over here. Select that. Put the visor in. Might as well recharge. And this allows you to scan. Which, oh hey look, there's my spaceship. I want that. But you can also scan stuff. And when you scan stuff, it gives you a little bit of like resources and stuff. Well, money. So that gave me 200 for that scan. This one's probably going to be like 400. No, that's another 200. And it's a good way to make a little bit of cash, but if you're trying to make millions, it's not that helpful. Where I find it to be super helpful is telling me the secondary materials that can be harvested from stuff, which is totally a possible thing, and can be really, really useful. So let's say you're on a planet with very little oxygen. Some of the plants that you harvest from might have oxygen in them, and you can harvest carbon, which you use for literally everything. And if you're using it already and you get some oxygen out of it, why not? But I'm pretty sure you have to scan it first before you actually get access to the secondary stuff. And a little bit of money is just the incentive to make you scan, essentially. But I don't really have a problem with it. How to get to Sesame Street. And there's tons and tons of things to scan, and there's also missions that require you to scan stuff, which I kind of don't like, because that means you have to find planets where you haven't scanned things. So when you got those missions, it's normally travel to a new place, because you've scanned everything on the planet that you're at, and try and find new things to scan. Which isn't bad, because it makes you go to a new place, but it's kind of obnoxious. Especially because I had one that was like scan 16 animals, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it's scan 16 unique animals, and like they're relatively hard to find, so you'll only get like maybe 4 in an area, and then you have to run around and try and find another one, which is a bit of a pain. Yeah, so that says carbon and sulfurine. And that's ferrite, dust, and sodium, which is nice. And I'm not sure if you need to have the advanced mining laser in order to get it or not, or if you just, once you scan it, you get it. But I'm pretty positive you have to scan first, and then you get access. So the cool thing is you can also find deposits for stuff, and broken machinery, and buried technology that you need to go and collect for blueprints for building stuff. My only issue with that is that it's about a 3-in-1 chance that you'll actually find salvageable tech that you use to get the blueprints. which is kind of obnoxious. So you'll go to 3 of them, and all 3 will just give you nanites, which are kind of nice. Nanite clusters you can use to buy stuff. But there's only so much you can buy with the nanite clusters, so at some point you're like, that's nice, but I need more salvageable units, please. So it gets a little obnoxious. But we're here, we got the Hermetic Seal, so let's fix our ship and get out of here. Alright, we're good. Let's launch off and go into space. And there's my launch thruster stuff. So hopefully I collected enough ferrite. I did. Awesome. Because I need that. And then that. And look, I get another one. So, boop. Cool. That's just enough to probably give you a full charge. Sweet. Alright, so we're going to go into space. Yay, we're in space. And then once we actually get out here, we will get a message from an unknown source. Hit X, F, and it'll play the message. Incoming transmission. Identify yourself. I'm blah. Identify. You are not alone. Follow the blank. The broadcast ends strangely. The final piece of the signal appears to set planetary coordinates. Sure. Let's go there. But real quick, I want to collect some of this. So you're going to want to destroy asteroids. They've got gold, silver, but the thing that is a little bit more useful is the, there it is, tritium. And it's basically your pulse engine fuel. So you use it to recharge your pulse engines, which helps for interplanetary travel. So from planet to planet, you're going to need to recharge your tritium. So it's good to have some of that on hand, and you get it from blowing up asteroids, basically. Which isn't a bad thing, because it does give you a little bit of gold, a little bit of silver, which you can kind of sell. It's not the best way to make money. It gets a little bit easier once you, like, upgrade stuff, but... well, I guess that'll be enough for the time being. Alright. Now it wants me to go over there. But let's scan that guy and engage pulse engines! So I don't think I have anything to really sell. No. They do have a value on every one of your items, so you know how much it's worth. And depending on the star system you're in, it'll take off a certain percentage from that price. So if you know that, then you know that, like, hey, this sodium will actually sell for 7% less. So instead of 500 units, it's 436 or something like that. Which isn't bad. Well, let's scan and see if that's like a terrible planet to be on. Glacial. Awesome. That's lovely. Because that was the planet I was at, and it wasn't my friend. And I think this planet has a moon, because I can see 2. Oh, crap. Well, here we go. Seems you are in luck, stranger. We sell protection for passing voyagers. It is dangerous to ask them all. There are rumors of bands of vicious pirates. You were warned. Lovely. Well, I think we'll do the star battle, land on the planet, and then we'll see what happens. Am I not moving forward? What's going on here? So, I am personally not a fan of space combat. It's a bit of a pain, because you have that little dial in order to turn, and it's not like hairpin, which I would prefer, to be honest, but because it's really hard to navigate and try and stay on target. Case in point. And he just took down my shields. And like every other craft in the sky is basically better at navigating than you are. So it's not all that helpful. So we're going to pulse off in this direction real quick, because I'm pretty sure there's a moon on the other side of this planet. And I want to take a sneak peek at it. Let's refill that. And there it is. And hopefully that is a nice planet. Decaying nuclear planet, so even worse. Lovely. So that's the planet I was at. Over there with the rings. This is dandy. Alright, well, let's go land. You can engage your pulse engine, obviously, to go toward a planet, but it will cut off once you hit the atmosphere. Like that. And then you will slowly decrease speed to about 160, I think, or 150 units per second, which is how they measure distance. Yeah, there's 155. And land. Cool. And here's the message. All sorts of stuff here. Let's get the fact that I just found a planet. Broken tech, 6666, or 161616. The sparking wires in the machine generate a signal tapping out its broadcast into the void. Whoever left this signal is long gone. No fuel in, failed to reach station, hazard, protection low, no choice but to underground deployed base computer. As well as the log entry, the signal contains plans for a base computer and a terrain manipulator. With any luck, the base computer will have more information about whoever is leaving these messages. Download the plans. Cool. Carbon nanotubes and dihydrogen, which I should actually have. Oh no, I don't have enough carbon. Oh no. Because I can't use frickin' Those plants hurt you, but you can harvest them for oxygen in a pinch. Which I don't mind. I actually survived on a planet from just killing those guys for the oxygen. Yeah, that's fun. I need 100 carbon, so as soon as I finish that guy off, I should have enough to make carbon nanotube, dihydrogen jelly, go over to my multi-tool, and create a terrain manipulator. This requires ferrite to recharge though, which is a bit of a pain. But I do have some pure ferrite, which is nice. And these guys. And they did put that in, so you'll know what animals you've scanned because they're green or red. Green ones you've scanned, red ones you haven't, and that's really nice. So, I think that's probably going to cut it for today. Well, that's a cool guy. So let's actually go into this cave, because I know it's warmer in here. And we are going to call it for this episode. Actually, let's go back to the spaceship, because I'm pretty sure it saves in the spaceship, and I kind of want to save. Oh, no, here's a save point. Save and chart. There we go. Perfect. So those are handy. They will save your spot and discover the location where you're at, which is nice. But I'll jump into my spaceship and then call it an episode. Alright, so thank you guys for watching. I actually do enjoy No Man's Sky quite a bit, and I hope you guys enjoy me playing. If you do, feel free to hit that thumbs up button down there if you like the video, and if you want to see more stuff that I'm making, feel free to subscribe and hit the little bell icon for notifications on when I post new content. And thank you guys again, and I'll catch you guys next time.